Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A leaked document understood to have been written by Iranian security forces alleged that a teenager was sexually assaulted and killed by 3 men working for those forces. It has helped build a map of what happened to 16-year-old Nika Shakarami, who vanished from an anti-regime protest in 2022. Her body was found 9 days later. The government claims she killed herself. Iran's government and its Revolutionary Guards have not responded to the latest allegations. The US State Department has found 5 units of the Israeli military responsible for gross violations of human rights in individual incidents, but says they will continue to receive US military backing.
All of these were incidents much before October 7th, and none took place in Gaza.
The department says all the incidents involved took place outside of Gaza before the current war. Israel took corrective action in 4 units, giving additional information on the 5th. It means all the units remain eligible for US military assistance. Washington is Israel's major military backer, supplying it with $3.8 billion worth of weapons and defense systems per year. Officials say 4 law enforcement officers have been fatally shot and 4 others wounded while serving a warrant in Charlotte in North Carolina. Police said at least 1 suspected attacker was found dead in the yard of a barricaded home after a standoff that lasted 3 hours. Authorities said 2 armed suspects were involved. It is one of the deadliest assaults on US law enforcement in decades. The Kenya Red Cross says at least 76 people are still missing in the country amid a devastating deluge that has already claimed dozens of lives. People in villages near Makiu, about 60 kilometers from the capital Nairobi, were swept away as they slept. The incident occurred after water blew through a blocked tunnel underneath a railway line. About 50 people have been confirmed dead, with the Red Cross adding that 110 survivors have been rescued. A man has been arrested and several people have been stabbed, including 2 police officers, in a car and sword attack in northeast London. Footage shared on social media showed a man with a long knife or sword early in the morning. 5 people were treated at the scene in Hainault and have been taken to hospital. Eyewitnesses said they saw the suspect run through the area with a sword, and a group had tried to fight off the man before he was tasered by police.
You will be aware that a serious incident occurred here at this location this morning. Police and ambulance services were called and deployed to a number of casualties. It is with great sadness that I confirm that one of those injured in the incident, a 13-year-old boy, has died from their injuries. He was taken to hospital after being stabbed and sadly died a short while after. The child's family are being supported firstly by my local officers and now with some specialist officers, and everyone across the Met is keeping them in our thoughts at this unimaginably difficult time.
Zimbabweans will start using fresh banknotes and coins on Tuesday as the country rolls out its 3rd currency in a decade. The currency, of which a digital version was launched earlier this month, is the latest attempt to control soaring inflation in the country. But there are signs the Zimbabwe gold, or ZIG, is already facing problems. A digital version has lost a quarter of its value against the US dollar on the black market. The ruins of an almost 300-year-old town have resurfaced as searing temperatures in the Philippines partially dried up a major dam. Pantabangan town was submerged in the 1970s to build a reservoir, but it emerges from the water on extremely rare occasions when the weather is dry and hot. It comes as almost half the country is experiencing a drought, with temperatures reaching highs in several areas. And King Charles has carried out his first major public engagement since his cancer diagnosis. The King, who has been named Cancer Research UK's new patron, and Queen Camilla visited a specialist cancer centre in London in support of staff, patients and ongoing research. A statement issued last week had a more positive message about his health. The King's doctors were said to be very encouraged by the progress made so far in his treatment for an unspecified form of cancer. And that's your latest news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.